Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Brenmiller Energy's conference call. My name is Brenmiller. I'm COO, and beside me today is Mr. Ophir Zimmerman, our CFO.
Good morning. Good morning.
Before we begin, I would like to make you aware that certain statements made during this conference call by Brenmiller management will constitute forward-looking statements that relate to future events, risk, uncertainties regarding business strategies, operation, and future performance and results of Brenmiller. I encourage you to review Brenmiller's filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and to read note regarding forward-looking statements in our earnings release for the 9-month period ending September 30, 2022, which states that statements that are not historical facts may be deemed forward-looking statements within the meaning of Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. For example, we are using forward-looking statements in this presentation when we discuss, among other things, the timelines of our project, our plans for our automated production factory and help Brenmiller meet future demand, our expectation to secure new projects in the future, and estimate size of growth of the thermal storage market. All forward-looking statements may speak only as of date of this presentation. Many of the factors that impact whether forward-looking statements will come true are beyond the control of Brenmiller and may cause actual results to differ materially from anticipated results. Brenmiller is under no obligation to update publicly or alter our forward-looking statements, whether as a result of new information, future events, or otherwise except as otherwise required by law. We expressly disclaim any obligation to do so. More detailed information about the risk factors potentially impacting our company can be found in our reports filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. So, after this short disclaimer, we can start and present you with our amazing company. We started this company about 10 years ago. We are a clean tech company that developed a thermal storage that is storing the heat in crushed rock material. We are about 60 people today. We have raised to date $100 million, above $100 million, and 40 of these 100 came from the Brenmiller family. We are traded today on NASDAQ and in Tel Aviv in parallel under the ticker of BNRG. So, our technology is named the BGen. It's a thermal storage that is actually storing heat in very high temperature. It's a heat battery. The heat is stored in crushed rocks, and this enables the transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy. And how it works. So we are storing heat coming from various sources, and I will show you shortly, in this modular heat battery. Each module contains cells. Then these cells are stacked into a module and into a pack. We are doing both capacitating the heat and exchanging the heat to steam or hot air or hot water. All the materials we are using are eco-friendly. We are using only recyclable materials, no hazardous material, no chemicals, and no degradation over time. Our cycles here are unlimited, and it will work for centuries. There's nothing here to break or deteriorate. It's a very solid machine and a clean solution for clean energy. So how it works? We are charged by either electricity or heat source. The heat source can come from solar, can come from biomass, from exhaust heat, can come from steam that is in surplus in a power plant, or can come from electricity. The electricity, the power can come from the grid of peak hours over the grid, can come from solar, can come from wind overnight, or can hybridize. This amount of heat that you got can be topped by electricity or vice versa. Then we can discharge either simultaneously, which is quite unique for us, or in time shifting, and we discharge steam or hot water or hot air. The main update that we bring in this call is around the Enel project. The Enel project is a utility scale thermal storage that we inaugurated just lately in the city of Florence, near the city of Florence in Italy, with Enel. Enel is a global utility, and this project is first of its kind, and it's the first time that you see such technology incorporated, embedded into a gas-fired power plant. It's a strategic milestone for the company, and it comes in a very special timing where thermal storage as a whole is getting a lot of momentum, and we'll show you shortly the numbers and figures of this market. But this year, we have McKinsey pushing forward with the importance of thermal storage, and we'll show you shortly the reports and numbers they put up. And this project potentially will enable us to cooperate widely with the other utilities and with Enel specifically. We've been commercial in the industrial scale projects, and this puts us in a commercial ready position for utility projects. You can see here in the pictures, the stages of construction, how we assembled it from left to right, and on the bottom right here you can see how the whole system looks, and it's a quite impressive and massive machine. 24 megawatt hour, and it will enable the plant operator to be more flexible, and it will enable them to pursue additional revenue streams as they can offer grid services or many other new services that require under a changing grid and a fast implementation of renewables into the grid. Some additional updates for the last half. So we've signed an MOU with a couple of European renewable energy developers for the economical feasibility to integrate our technology into a green hydrogen production project. Now, the technology of Brenmiller is required in the process of turning the green hydrogen into a green methanol. They require 24 hours of process steam, and in order to keep the hydrogen clean and green, this steam needs to come from a clean source. So we examine the integration of our system and converting the green hydrogen into a green methanol in an electric way. We will power our system electrically and then generate clean steam. We have withdrawn 4 million euros from the European Investment Bank as part of constructing our manufacturing plant. We will elaborate a little bit about it furthermore and down this presentation. But bottom line, we are progressing according to the timeline to be ready to manufacture in a very large scale, up to 4 gigawatt hour per year. And we'll be ready in the first half of next year with this production facility, and it's a very efficient and advanced manufacturing plant. We are working hard to enhance our backlog. It's been a good year for thermal storage, and it's a good year for Brenmiller in terms of us putting our pilots out there. We have a pilot with Enel, as I mentioned. We have additional pilots that we have already reported with the New York Power Authority in New York, in Brazil, and these pilots put us in a very good position to build our backlog, and we believe that in 23, 24, we will be able to increase dramatically our sales and revenues. Recently, we have signed a private placement to raise capital for the company. It's the investors are insiders, are existing shareholders who put their trust in the company in this very aggressive time over the markets. We found that the right thing to do is to raise capital from existing shareholders in a PIPE, in a private placement, not to go out to a public placement. And we think that it was a vote of confidence in the company, and it came in a very good timing, so we can continue with our growth plan. And of course, we are not blind, and in these times we take measures to keep our burn rate according to the current atmosphere of the market. We currently, I would say, curtail our growth rate in order to be smart and not to run too fast and burn too much cash in these challenging times of the markets. Our business model is divided into two mainly. We either provide equipment sale, we sell our CapEx with gross margin. We have a target gross margin of 30%. Then we offer after sales services. It's warranty, maintenance, optimization, and add some additional revenues to the sale. And the second business model is energy as a service. And this model is the model that we push harder for industrial scale sales, where we take all the risk off from the customer, and we are accelerating the pace that we can sell and close a deal. And we stay owners of the green certificates that can be later traded and get another revenue stream. And we have a very aggressive IRR target, and we believe that it's something that is doable, that over 10% of project IRR, and you have recurrent revenues, and projects are getting in a very good position to be financed today with all the green support of grants, loans, especially in Europe, but also coming now into the US with the Inflation Reduction Act and some additional DOE plans. So we are preferring this model for most of the projects today, and this is the main business model we pursue. The main project that we are focused on today is Philip Morris 1 in Romania. So last year we have signed a framework agreement with Philip Morris International to decarbonize the production plant, and under this framework we have signed the first project in Romania. We are moving into detailed engineering after basic engineering. We are planning to get permits on the first quarter of next year, of 2023, and then to break ground. This is an approximately $9.2 million project, about 30 megawatt hour capacity, with option to grow all the way to $14-15 million if the clients would want to. And this is a very important project for us and for Philip Morris, because we believe that a successful inauguration of this production plant will open the door to many more projects. Of course, we signed a framework agreement so we can work globally with this team, and they have over 40 production plants globally and an amazing decarbonization plan, and that we plan to be part of it. A little bit about the market. So this year is the thermal storage year. We see many new companies. We see a lot of attention goes to thermal storage. McKinsey here stated by 2030, they expect that thermal storage will exceed batteries in terms of market size. This is quite massive and quite amazing. But if you are looking on the pie chart of energy globally, and you see that most of the energy we consume is thermal, so this only makes sense. And our activity is divided to two main sectors. We operate in the industrial scale projects where we actually replace boilers. Every factory that is using a boiler, we can replace it with our own system that will be charged by biomass, by electricity, or any other green source. And in the power plant sector, we are adding flexibility to existing power plants or retrofitting and providing second life to coal power plants that are being decommissioned. And this is on the industrial scale, we are commercial, and for the utility scale projects, we are in the, I would say, early stages of commercialization, and the Enel project was a major milestone for being commercial. These are long processes, very big projects, but when you get them, these are huge projects. Now, this is something that is not trivial, but industrial heat accounts for 20% of global emissions. I mean, that's maybe the largest single source of emission globally. And most of it today is not clean, not in renewables. We provide a market-ready, simple solution. We see it as our low-hanging fruit, immediate market. Now, especially in Europe today, where they have a gas crisis and 62% of Europe gas goes to heating. And us providing this simple solution to replace gas is very interesting, and we get a lot of attention from Europe today. The temperature range that we are marketing today is 100 to 500 C, and it's approximately 1500 Fahrenheit. The reason that we target this segment is that this is the Pareto. It's relatively simple to integrate. If you go to extremely high temperatures, then you are getting into steel mills, you're getting into cement factories, extremely complicated, takes years over years to integrate. We do have solutions that we can explore in that direction, but in terms of business focus and technology focus, we focus on these medium range temperatures. We think that this is really the easiest chunk of emission or energy that you can decarbonize. So this is our immediate market, and there is a lot of energy there and a lot of market in the medium temperature range. Now, we are not asking for any favors, because thermal energy storage coupled with PV today is cheaper in most applications in many markets. You can see here, this is again from McKinsey. Most of the other alternatives are more expensive, so you are both green and economic. And this is something that is very easy to sell when you are hitting all these boxes together. And this is without any grants or without any incentives. And in the utility scale, there is a big difference between gas-fired power plants and coal-fired power plants. This is a forward-looking, this is outlook for energy production and power generation, and you see that coal and natural gas are still by far the largest source of power, but you can also see on the right side that until 2050, only coal is being decommissioned. Natural gas is going nowhere. We need a lot of power because we are electrifying many systems and we are electrifying our cars. So we need to do both, decarbonize as much as we can the gas-fired power plants, and we have all these decommissioned and retired coal power plants, and we provide a very interesting solution for retired coal power plants that I will show you shortly. Now, the deep or the more your renewables you integrate into the grid, the more you see the profile on the bottom. Okay, so you see low penetration renewables. This is the profile of this power plant. And with high penetration renewables, the power plant is required to shut down. And power plants cannot shut down. It takes them hours to ramp up. It takes them hours to cool down. So bottom line, they are burning the same amount of gas, the same pollution, the same emissions, and we are paying twice. So our technology enables these operators of power plants to shift the excess heat to our system, then to push it back when they need it, and bottom line, burn less gas and reduce emissions. This is for coal power plants. So we take an existing facility that is being decommissioned, we take electricity from the grid, we take surplus of solar power, and then we can shift it and convert this power plant, this old coal-fired power plant, into a green peaker using the same infrastructure, the same turbine, the same grid connection, and in a long duration way and in a very large scale. Okay, it takes so many batteries to do the same that is actually it's not going to happen with batteries. And this is something that we are investigating and developing for future solution with our technology. So we have the immediate industrial solutions that are commercial, and we are marketing them to the market. We have early commercial initiatives with converting gas-fired power plants, and this is for a couple of years ahead, 3 years ahead, where we will start with coal-fired power plants. These are long processes and very big systems, so we need track record, and we need the market to see the NL project running for a while before we can go and take it into the commercial phase. We operate from Israel to the west, so we have few local activities. Our main attention today is for Europe. Europe is by far more advanced in terms of regulation and grants and loans, but also the special situation with Russia is taking our technology from being an environmental solution into an energy security solution. These accelerate the processes we have, and I believe that in the next couple of years, we will see the fruits of these processes that are running now. Most of these processes are industrial scale projects and processes. As I mentioned, we are funded by the European Investment Bank, and Enel is our main pilot and partner to date in Europe. In the US, we have built a pilot, and we are cooperating with the New York Power Authority, and we are moving and examining solutions for industrial manufacturing and for district heating in big buildings in cold locations. We also operate in Brazil. Brazil has high volatile market of energy and gas prices. We have partnered with Fortlev. It's a local plastic equipment manufacturer. The company itself is using a lot of energy in their production facilities, rotomolding machines. So we integrated the system into this rotomolding machine, and now we are in phases of designing and erecting a new production facility for this technology in Brazil together with Fortlev. Our main production site is being built today in Israel. As I mentioned, annual capacity of up to 4 gigawatt hour, very high standards of Industry 4.0, and this will enable us actually to stand in the gross margin target, because if we do not build a very efficient and it's not man-free, but it's not labor-intensive, and this will enable us both to keep up with the future projects and in the right margins. And this is it for today. I think that I must say that thermal storage market is booming. It finds us in a very interesting time where our technology is market ready, and we have very, I would say, big and impressive pilots in place. We believe that there is a gap, an amazing gap between the capital markets and the energy markets where we operate. Our market, our business market, is not affected by interest or any demand that is going down. Contrary, I think that in time due, the things will align, and I hope and believe that capital markets will stabilize, and then we will see a correlation between what the company is doing in the business term and how the company is doing over the capital markets. I thank you for joining us today. I'm just going to go over the Q&A. And okay, I think we are done for today, and I thank you for taking the time. And from us in Brenmiller Energy, we appreciate your support and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.